All right, let's dive right in. We are about to tackle one of the biggest questions anyone can ask. What is the true nature of reality? This is going to be a journey to understand not just creation, but consciousness itself, and our own place in all of it as the one who's doing the observing.
You know, we're always told that we live in a universe that's just matter and energy, right? But think about it. That simple equation leaves something massive out. It doesn't explain you, the actual awareness that is hearing my voice right now. So where does your sense of I come from? This isn't just some abstract puzzle. It's the absolute core mystery of our existence. And today, we're going to explore a powerful way to understand it.
So, where do you even start looking for something like awareness? Well, the most logical places to start are the ones closest to home, our physical body and our own thinking mind. Is consciousness being cooked up somewhere inside of us? Let's find out. Okay, let's break this down. Step 1, the body. Does your physical form, your bones, your heart, your brain, does it just naturally produce consciousness all by itself? Or what about step 2, the mind? Is it our thoughts, our feelings, our memories? Is that where awareness is born? We've got to investigate. Okay, this little table is brilliant because it uses experiences we all understand to really test this out. When you're awake, your body is here, your mind is running, and yep, you experience consciousness. But what about deep, dreamless sleep? Your body is still right there in bed, but your mind is basically switched off, and your experience of consciousness? Poof, it's gone. Then at death, the body might still be present for a while, but the mind is gone, and so is consciousness. The conclusion here is absolutely huge. Consciousness can't just be the body, and it can't just be the active mind. It has to be something else. So, if the body and mind don't create consciousness, then what on earth is the role? This is where we need to completely shift our perspective. Instead of thinking of the mind as a flashlight that creates its own light, what if we started thinking of it as something else, something like a mirror? Now, to understand what's being reflected, we first have to understand the source of the light itself. In this way of seeing things, that source has a name, Brahman. And Brahman is described as the one, single, uncreated, and only source of consciousness in the entire universe. It's not part of creation, it's the ultimate reality that everything else comes from. This really says it all, doesn't it? The mind has no light of its own. It's not a source. Just like a mirror doesn't create the image you see in it, it just reflects it perfectly. The mind doesn't produce awareness, it just has this incredible, unique ability to reflect the universal consciousness of Brahman. So that deeply personal sense of I that you're feeling right now, your personality, your individuality, what we call the ego, what is it really? Well, it's the reflection of that one universal consciousness, Brahman, that's being caught in the unique mirror of your individual mind. It feels totally separate and like it's its own thing, but it's really just a reflection of the one and only source. Here is a fantastic analogy to make this crystal clear. Imagine you have a clay pot sitting on a table. We talk about the space inside the pot and the space outside the pot. But is there really any difference between the two? No way. It's all the exact same space. The pot just creates the illusion of a boundary. In the very same way, the individual consciousness within you, which is called Atman, is no different from the universal consciousness, Brahman. Your body and mind are just the pot, creating this temporary feeling of being separate. Okay, so now let's zoom all the way out. We've been talking about our own minds, but this whole principle of a reflected reality, well, it doesn't just apply to us. The entire universe that we observe, everything we see and touch and interact with, is understood to be part of this same grand illusion. And according to this framework, this whole fabric of reality is woven from just 3 fundamental elements. You've got matter, you've got energy, and then you've got this third, much more subtle quality, called aura. Literally everything in creation, from a distant star to a rock on the ground to your own thoughts, is just a different mix of these 3 things.
So this begs the question, why can a mind act like a mirror for consciousness when something like a rock can't? This chart explains it perfectly. Look at a non-living object. It's almost all matter and energy, with just a tiny sliver of aura. But the mind is totally different. It's got a much higher proportion of this aura. And it's that unique recipe, that high concentration of aura, that gives the mind its special ability to be a clear, polished reflector for consciousness.
It's also really important to get this. Creation wasn't some one-time event that happened billions of years ago. It's an eternal, non-stop cycle. And it's actually a lot like our own daily lives. The universe manifests, which is like us waking up in the morning. It's sustained, which is like us living through our day. And then it resolves, which is like us going to sleep at night, and then the whole cycle starts all over again. It's this constant rhythmic projection.
So, given everything we've talked about, this single consciousness, our minds as reflectors, the universe as a grand illusion, what's the big takeaway? Where should we really be putting our attention?
This analogy just nails it. Think about watching a magic show. You could drive yourself crazy trying to figure out the exact order he pulls things out of the box, the precise mechanics of the trick. But you'd be missing the point. The most important thing is simply realizing that it is a trick. In the same way, we can get lost in the infinite details of the universe we see, but the real wisdom comes from understanding its fundamental nature as a projection.
And that brings us right back to where we started. Everything we've discussed, the entire universe, our bodies, our thoughts, that is all the observed. It's the show. It's the illusion. It's the reflection in the mirror. But analyzing the reflection will only get you so far. The real question, the one that changes everything, isn't about what's being seen. The real question is, who or what is the one doing the seeing? Who is the observer?